Well, Otto von Bismarck, the 19th century German Prussian politician, he once said, "You should never know how a sausage is being made. If you did, you would never want to eat one," right? And the idea is if you ever knew exactly how I write a book, you would never read one of my books. The process is actually not so sexy. Essentially, I do tons of research, right? I read hundreds and hundreds of books to write one book. And then I compile it all with I have a note card system, which I've kind of documented in social media before. And I have pictures of the thousand over. So my new book, I have about 1,300 note cards that I've already done, different colors, which I put into chapter headings. And the research kind of tells me what the book should be and what the chapters should be. So I do a lot of research and structuring before I start writing. And then when I have writing, I use my cards and I kind of riff on them like a musician. I have the basic melody down, what I want from my song, but I kind of improvise. I go where the spirit leads me. And so I keep things, it's like a dance between you want things kind of channeled and disciplined. Like you just don't want to start writing and just improvise completely. But if your structure and your ideas are so tight, you've already figured out everything you want to write, there's no fun involved. There's no impulse. There's no creativity. And the writing will be very dry and lifeless. And I want my writing to always be in the moment, to have a spirit to it. So I have a structure, I have the basic ideas down, and then I start writing. And it's not like I'm like wildly inspired and I'm going crazy and I'm having so much fun and I'm high. It's usually never like that. But there are moments where I get inspired and things start really clicking. And then usually as I edit what I write, that's where I really have more fun, because then I start really improving things. My first drafts aren't very good. You know, I used to go, to answer your question, I used to take long hikes in my neighborhood because we have some beautiful park nearby. And I would get 90% of my best ideas in hiking. I also would take my mountain bike up into the hills, or I'd go swimming. But I had a stroke a couple of years ago, and I can't take a hike and I can't do those things. So it's been very difficult on my new book to find those outlets. So I have to kind of figure something else out, which I've managed to do. But the lesson is I have to feel in a mood. I have to be excited by what I'm writing. I don't want the writing to start getting dull. I don't want me to start feeling bored or put off by the work, because it'll show in the work. So I'm constantly finding ways to drum up the energy and excite me. And that could be listening to some music, or that could be reading passages from some of my favorite writers. So I have to keep a level of excitement and enthusiasm. Otherwise, I think the readers feel that I don't have that.